Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, across the nation, around the world, wherever you may be. This is the NECA King, and today we are going on a journey. We are going even deeper into Haulathon, okay? It is the second drop. We're opening up this Panda Khan. It is probably the best figure so far of this whole Haulathon deal. A lot of people love the Shredder. I was really behind the Beetlejuice. At the beginning of this event, I was saying Beetlejuice. This was my guy. But this Panda Khan guy out of the box is probably going to win this whole Haulathon, depending on what old man Raph can do. But today we're going to be checking out the count first. This is from the first drop. I'm just kind of mopping up. I saw this guy in the shipper while I was picking up some Shredders and Dark Leos for the boys. Once again, my homeboy Rashawn Francis hooking us up over here at the NECA King with the intel. This guy's a toy hunter extraordinaire, and he don't let us know where all the targets with the new Haulathon stuff was. But then this guy was kicking around too, and I was like, I haven't looked at this count. Let's take a look at him. Just give a real quick look-see. I don't really have any nostalgia for Sesame Street, but this is a cool figure. Of course, like with everything with NECA, there's a lot of attention to detail. The paint job is great. I love the guy's monocle and the way it kind of just sticks out and floats there. Comes with all the counting hands, comes with this poo-looking number 2. I guess you could say it's sort of chocolate colored, but also there's other things that are that color too. And, you know, it's a cool figure if you were nostalgic for it, but I really don't have any nostalgia for it, so we're going to go on to April. April O'Neil, this is part 2. This is You're Under Arrest, Sugar April. This is Mixed Race April. A lot of people are, a little, every time there's a mixed race April, it's like, wait a second, where's my pale skinned ginger goddess? And it's like, well, in the comic book, she looked a little more like Pam Grier. You know what I mean?
I put a cherry on top. Booyah! What the did Ordell ever do for us, huh?
And so she's rocking that look here. And she comes with this friggin' Utrom, which I don't know what comic book arc this comes from, but God, it's awesome. With the hat and the pipe, and somebody put it in front of a typewriter on the party wagon, made it look like he was some noir detective. That is a wonderful little piece of kit there. That little Utrom with all of his little things that he comes with. So, I mean, this is for me, it's kind of a completionist figure. I'm going to be passing this along to one of the boys, but I will own this one day, especially for this Krang and all of his little accessories. But this isn't something that I'm clamoring to get my hands on now. Cool looking figure. The Krang is a great accessory, the Utrom rather, but I'll be passing on this for now. Passing this along to a homie. I don't know why she looks so intriguing strapped into the box there. I don't know. I'm going to move along right into Panda Khan. And we'll talk about my favorite figure so far, this Haulathon. I was really liking Beetlejuice, but this thing is something else, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. So there's been a lot of discussion recently about like value out of the box, especially with like the $50 Grammy April, who came with almost 0 accessories. And I brought this up, and I was crucified for it. And then many weeks later, people came around to the same idea, especially with all this other stuff coming out that's basically $50 now, with not a lot of stuff in the box. And then this Panda Khan comes along, and he, sops that margin up. He makes up for it. He is huge. He is chunky. He comes with a bunch of accessories, and all the accessories are huge to match him. You're going to get a few things in the box here. I'll go over everything. Apart from just having a bunch of different hands, which is good. You're always going to have the selection of hands. He's got this big old huge sword. He's got the little claw things, the samurai ninja claw things. He's got his sun hat. He's got an extra head sculpt. And he's got the backpack. which you can actually put stuff in. That big old sword. See, that's what I'm talking about. This sword, something like this for the Shredder. It's even on his box. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, look at the box on the Shredder. On the back of the box, he's got a sword that is very similar to this. You could have had a very iconic sword for the Shredder. But whatever, they use Panda Khan. There's the backpack. There's that backpack. None of the accessories really fit in there. I guess the panda claw things could kind of fit in there. But it's cool to have. It gives a couple of different looks. And then on top of that, you have the headbands. You got the top knot, which you can take off the top knot. You got 2 different headbands like the Turtles and the Foot Clan guys have. One kind of blown in the breeze together, and one that's kind of split apart. You can take all that off. Now, I thought you could take all that off to fit this hat on, but of course I fucked it up again. Once again, I fucked it up. Yeah, you can take the top knot off. You can take that knot off back there, and I didn't realize you could take the whole top part of the head off to put this hat on. I just tried to put the hat on without taking the fucking hat part off, and I split the hat. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of Loctite on that. Ironically enough, I went over to the Mad Hatter to see the Mad Hatter video on Panda Khan, where the Hatter showed me how to take the fucking hat off. And as the Loctite is drying, I guess I will continue on with posing stuff that isn't the hat. Of course, he looks very imposing. He is a big old boy. You can get some posing out of him. I tried to get the most that I could out of him. I didn't heat him up, but at the same time, he's kind of big, so like his presence doesn't necessarily come from him being able to pose in a big elastic way like the Mirage Shredder or a Sinjabot or something like that. Or the Mirage foot soldiers or cartoon foot soldiers. He's just imposing. Like, look at him next to Samurai Mikey. This is a $35 figure, and he's enormous. And you can get the message across for what you're trying to do with the figure without him, being Gumby. You know what I mean? Yeah, obviously, he looks very imposing. Like Michelangelo looks like he's in trouble here. Mikey looks like he's about to get the bottom bunk in the jail cell, if you know what I mean. So you're going to, like, out of the box, get the value of the figure, and you'll be able to get a lot of different stuff. He's got the angry samurai face. He's got the sword. He's got the bear claws. And look, I even got him up on the flight stand. He's hopping down. You can't get him, doing straight up ninja poses. But you can get him definitely doing some straight up action, and he looks great. The other thing I wanted to remark about this figure is these colors. The colors really pop. The Toon line does a really good job with this, with the vibrant colors, grabbing stuff off of the cartoon. There wasn't a lot of detail in the cartoon. And this figure obviously is not from the cartoon. It's the work of a bunch of people from outside of Ninja Turtles, basically, and Panda Khan shows up as a figure in the 90s. I didn't have the Panda Khan figure, but I was like vaguely aware of it, you know what I mean? To the point that when this figure was announced, I was like, oh, that's going to be pretty cool. And then when I actually saw it, it's like the detail, the heft of the figure, the colors, the way that the armor has that like yellow piping that just like pops, the red belt and everything, that little bag that you keep things in. It's great. It's a great figure. There's like in the Toon line, I always bitch about the Toon line and how it has all these peripheral figures and characters that weren't in the show or whatever. But yeah, I think Panda Khan is beaten out. Even though Beetlejuice tried to get the one up on him right here, I think Panda Khan's beating him out for a figure of Haulathon. They really knocked it out, adding to this tradition of fucking awesome samurai figures the Ninja Turtles have had since I was a little kid. Samurai Leo was my favorite back then, and I don't know, Samurai Panda Khan's kind of taken it. It's definitely not Pee-wee. It's definitely not Pee-wee from all this Haulathon. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I have a lot to say about this Panda Khan. I can't believe I just filled up this entire time. But I will talk to you guys later. I love you. This is the NECA King, and I'll see you for the next and the last Haulathon video. Bye.